Alrighty, well, I guess it'd be good evening. Good evening, everyone. Hopefully you had a great day today. Not a lot of people did. I know that. I know that much. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, my chart's looking a little crazy, so let me see if I can clean it up just a little bit. Okay, because I think most of this I just drew myself, so. Really was just trying to figure out where. So this one doesn't look like we need that anymore. I'm trying to figure out why there's so much going, like what is going on here. Okay, that's the reason why, like, I don't like when it gets too crazy. So like that looks a lot cleaner. We don't need to worry about that anymore. How'd you guys like that last minute rip up at the close? That shit was crazy. Okay. So we've got, well, if we look at the daily, so I was watching the close earlier today, which was literally just an hour and a half ago. But if you look at today, today's an inside day. This is the daily chart. This is the current day's candle, so Wednesday, because we opened up 33 minutes ago. But if you look at yesterday's candle, it's an inside day, meaning it didn't close below or above yesterday's candle, so Monday's candle. So we kind of just compressed in here. And if you look at the calendar for tomorrow, if you look at the economic calendar for tomorrow, there's actually nothing. There's nothing scheduled for tomorrow. So what I anticipate is Thursday is probably going to head one way, and then Friday will probably take us in the opposite way. Or Thursday is going to take us one way, and then Friday is going to accelerate it, whether that's to the upside or to the downside. But this is the liquidity that you should pay attention to. Today. Now you could fib the wicks of Monday's candle and today's candle, whether you do the upside or the downside. So this is, so purple right now is the upper wick or the premium wick of Monday's candle. That's, I fibbed it into quadrants, or you could do it on the downside as well. And then extend that out. All right, so you could do it for both days, Monday and yesterday, or earlier today. And then you could basically just see how we trade off of that using that. Because that's kind of what I did on the 4-hour chart. So extend lines to the right. We're gonna make this orange to delineate whether we are in Monday's or Wednesday's range. Extend that out to the right, and then yeah, so yeah, we have our levels here, but it's gonna look like shit on the lower time frame. There you go. Yeah, so yesterday's range, and then we have, or sorry, yesterday's upper and lower wick, and then you have Monday's lower wick, and then Monday's upper wick. Or you could just do the entire daily range. You could do that too, so there's less lines, but let's just do this. We'll start all over. We shall start all over. This is a weekly bullish order block. So we had a strong rejection off of that on the daily or the weekly chart. And then this is the daily. So we had pull down to close out last week. Monday opened up right at the equilibrium of that weekly bullish order block, went down and manipulated, then we went higher, and then yesterday inside day, and then today Wednesday's candle is still in this range. So I'm not expecting much in Asia just because of how we closed earlier today. Today's yesterday Tuesday's candle is an inside candle. So typically, until one side gets rated either to the upside or the downside, usually price action is really messy, and it just stays like in a range until it takes out one end and then it starts working its way up. Or if in a bearish scenario, right, it kind of just does whatever, seek and destroy, and then it sweeps the upside, the buy side liquidity, and then it starts working down. So when this candle was coming down and then went right back up in the close, that made me skeptical for today. Plus, we don't have any news drivers, so might be one of those days where you sit out, just like today. Like earlier today, you probably should have sat out if you didn't get anything during the overnight session, because a lot of people got chopped up. And just like the mental aspect of it, just like it's just not worth it, right? Because we have Asia here, we have London here. This was the data at 8. Do we even have news at 8:30? Nope, we had at 9:45. So yeah, technically this should be shifted over just a little bit, but you can still see how it kind of followed it. So data came down, touched the upper quadrant of the March 22 new week opening gap, rallied higher, came back down. That's also the midpoint of this 4-hour buy side imbalance, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. Should be on the 4-hour at least. Yep. So that's a 4-hour first presented for value gap for the weekly power of 3. And then we have prior 4-hour candles first presented for value gap over here for the weekly power of 3, that is. And then same thing over here. So we're kind of in between. We're in between the first presented for value gap of 2 weeks ago and then the first presented fair value gap of this week. But we already pulled back into the range from Monday. Tuesday was kind of messy, but yeah, this is where we're opening up now. So now the question is whether we're going to come down some more and then head up, or are we going to freaking chop around and just fuck around and mess everybody up? Or are we going to head up and then potentially come back down? Or, head up, retrace, and then go higher? It really depends. Because, even on days when there's no news, price can still move. It's just, usually, it doesn't. But that's the 4 hour. This is the 1 hour. 5 minute. So I kind of picked a bad day to stream during Asia, but I also wasn't expecting the close that we got yesterday or earlier. So that kind of threw a wrench in how I usually trade Asia, because I usually just watch the NWOG and the NDOGs and see how price reacts from it. Like, for example, yesterday or last night, so the close of Monday heading into Tuesday, this was that trade that I took. Yep, so I took the trade from here down. So I waited for price to head up into the higher time frame fair value gap and the lower time frame fair value gap, and I believe that was also the NDOG. Actually, no, there was no NDOG over there. But the NDOG for Tuesday was here. So once I saw it come into this fair value gap and then start heading down, I took the trade after it went through and then came back into the NDOG, and then I shorted, then I added, and then it fell through, and then that was basically my trade for Asia. It was pretty easy. But this is going to be tricky, because now our NDOG is overlapping with this NDOG from back here. This NDOG is from Monday. So Monday's NDOG and then today's NDOG are overlapping, which further complicates how Asia's probably going to trade. So realistically, if I don't see anything here in the next like 20-30 minutes, I'm probably just going to call it quits, and then we'll look for something in London. But and you can tell that price is just like consolidating and like ranging because of how many higher time frame candles I have here. So this is the algorithmic ranges indicator for Monster Lab. Monster Lab, Trader Dexter. If you're a power of 3 trader, then you should know who Trader Dexter is, because you probably learned some stuff from him, or you learned stuff from someone that learned from him. But if you look here on the higher time frame area, where's it at? So higher time frame area, or well, even should even show on the lower time frame too. Where you at? Intraday, higher time frame. Bro, why is it not here? Did this change? Yeah, this definitely changed. So it's not that one. Let me go here. Okay, so this is what I was supposed to look at, but actually, no, I really was supposed to look at that other one, because this dictates whether we're looking at the main dealing range or not. See, so with main dealing range logic unchecked, it's only showing the past 3 higher time frame candles. But if you click on main dealing range logic, this is the main dealing range that we're looking at. And then we've just been chopping the past few 4 hours, past few 4-hour candles. So that's the reason why there's so many here. But usually when you get the main dealing range, you're looking for trades at the 25% point, the 50% point, and the 75% point. to frame a trade. And then usually, you know, there's not this many candles because we're not ranging. It kind of just comes in and then out, or it goes up, down, through, pulls back, and then continues down. But yeah, this is just consolidating. Let me see. But going back to the weekly chart, this is the quarterly higher time frame. Back to the daily. Yep, so NWOG is there. This is the 4 hour. The 4 hour is respecting the quadrant of this first presented for value gap. Pull that out. Well, technically it's not, but it is respecting the halfway point, and then now we're heading up. So this is just ass right here. Might be the first time in a while that Asia is actually looking like New York. Because I've been trading in New York the past week and a half. And like, I don't I don't even know. Like, if you look at this 4 hour, you're just like, bro, which way are you going? Like, you could it could literally go run higher, it could pull back. My money is on it pulling back though. If you look at this, well, I guess you could look at that. 5 minute for value gap, busy, so you would look for that to be an inversion, but what would the risk be? Actually, I should probably double check and make sure that my trade sinker is fixed. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever seen how trade sinker works, but you've got your cockpit, which is like where all of your accounts are. So my leader is 1313. Let's change that back to 3496. So change leader. Cool. 159. Yep. And then I got the last three lightning funders that I bought. Okay, cool. So the 3496 is my leader, which means I have to go over here. Why do you always disconnect? And then I just have to make sure that 3496 is selected here, because that's what's going to drive. Okay, so this is the 1 minute. What are we at? Oh, we're at 10:52. So yeah, this might actually just start selling off here. What does that risk look like? Because I'm really just looking for 1100. If we go down to here, that's $920 risk. Next 5-minute candle opens up in 2 minutes. So let's see how high that next 5-minute manipulates. Then we'll look for something like that. Just take a little quick trade back down into the range. So the reason why I said that my money is, or like I'm leaning more towards the downside, like on a pullback, is because of where we're at. So we have a 5-minute BISI that could potentially reverse. So it's going to invert it. And then we're going to head down, because we also have the end dogs from Monday and today right here. And then we also have this higher time frame for value. Excuse me. We have this higher time frame for value gap here, which is a 4-hour that we ran into after the close. But let's see, how are these lows looking? Five-minute. Yep. So there's no SMT at this. There's SMT here, but that's also the Dow. Don't really trust the Dow. Okay. So if I do 1100 profit is there, and then we're only risking 400, which is pretty decent. If we get a reverse from here though, but we could just continue to chop though. Next 15-minute closes, or next 15-minute opens up in 4 minutes 42 seconds. This 5-minute just opened up. So let's see.
Order filled.
God, that's loud. Cool. So let's try one just as a teaser. Let me close my trade evade because it's loud as hell. And then I'm only shooting for 1100, so it's 55 points. 55 minus 415. 50 is 1220. That's not right at all. Oh, I hit divide. Whoops. 24. God, I already forgot the 55. Okay, so 55 minus 24, 415, 50 is 24, 360, 50, which is right here. We're gonna have to do it a little bit less. Okay, cool. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I'm just gonna freaking do this. 55. Yeah, I was like right here. Yeah, there you go. Cool. All right, so we're getting a little bit of a reaction here. Still too early to tell which way it's going to go. Oh, what the hell? God, didn't mean to do that. Cool. All right, so let's see how far down we pull into this. This current 1 hour candle closes in 2 minutes and 19 seconds, which means we could probably potentially get stopped out on the next hourly open. Is this 1 minute? Oh my lord. Hold on. This is fucking ridiculous. What the hell's going on? Algorithmic ranges. I usually do not have this many candles. Hold on. Yeah, this definitely got messed up because I didn't have it set like this before. Two o'clock, 7, 8, 9. So I've got an hourly on here. Because this is ridiculous. Pulling that up just a little bit so I could freaking figure this shit out. What the hell is going on? Yo, this is too much. What the fuck? See, but if I do that, it gets rid of it. God dang. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix this later, but me fib this 4 hour. Cool. All right, so I need to see this come down with speed, otherwise it could potentially come back up and stop me out. I am going to pull this back down just because I'm seeing good reaction off of the upper portion of this BISI. So I'm essentially looking for this to turn into an inversion fair value gap, but question mark. And then we did the math, right? It was 1500 or 55. Yeah, 55. So from here to here's 55. So I'll just put that there. I don't see anything. Oh, let me look at the 1 minute. So did that create? Did this high create a? Yeah, that didn't create anything. Neither did this. Yep. So there's no SMT at the top, but looking for this to flush all the way down. You could fib this swing high. There you go, which would put 2 way down here, which would be way below our take profit. And then after that, I'm done for the day. See y'all on Thursday. Okay, so we've got 2.5 standard retracement area here. And let's see, how's that 5 minute looking? Okay, so 5 minute looks good. Next one opens up in 1 minute and 23 seconds. I'm gonna pull this down to here because now I want to see the next 5 minute candle come up, preferably not break the halfway point and then sell off. That's what I want to see. And we're rejecting the quadrant on we're rejecting the lower quadrant on this 4 hour candle's premium wick. So yeah, we don't want it going higher than this inversion for value gap, the halfway point. Preferably, it could come up to the upper half too. That's why I kind of put my stop a little bit over here. Because if you were to split this into quarters, that would be the threshold for the upper quadrant would be right here, but it could still wick way up here and then drop, or it could just rip my face off and keep going. That could totally happen as well, but we shall see. So see how that 5-minute candle, the current 5-minute candle went close to it? Went close to the halfway point of this inversion fair value, yeah? Or what we're anticipating to be an inversion fair value, yeah? Went real close to the halfway point. Just get rid of that. Let me, because this is getting a little too cluttered, so let me fix up my higher time frames. 4, 6. There's actually a 1 hour volume imbalance right here. So that's also playing into the rejection idea. However, we did fill it already, so. Watch it stop me out and then run to target. All right. Need it to flush here. Otherwise, I am out. And then I'm putting my stop here because if it doesn't, well, here, I'll put it here. It's probably gonna chop around until it manipulates one way. To run the opposite way, so. How much risk is that? 20, about 20. What is that, 200? Oh, it's 400. Yeah, I'll just leave it here. If it takes it, it takes it, and then I'm done, and then I'll watch for something in London because I'm not about to stay here all night just to watch it consolidate. So the only thing that makes me think it's gonna run higher is because this 1 hour candle opened up. We didn't get too much of a manipulation higher. So yeah, because we opened up here exactly at 7, went higher, lower. So yeah, this could still manipulate much higher. And then there's all this buy side right here. There's buy side here. It could re-attack the quadrant of this 4 hour candle's wick. Yep, because we hit the quadrant here. So if I extend this to the right, you'll see this 0.25 here. That's the quadrant from the previous 4 hours candle. So I probably, should have my stop somewhere here or here, just in case it wants to take this short-term buy side here and then hit the top of this 5-minute BISI. But that's the reason why I'm putting my stop here, because I want this to just sink, because we already made high, low, higher high, low, higher high, lower low, and then we came back into this inefficiency here. Yep, there it is. So we came back up into this efficiency here, pulled back, so I want to see it just sink, but yeah, see, it stopped me out. So I was trying to short this upper portion to go down. Okay, so now let's see. Yeah, so I'm down 250 on the night. 250.76. So far, I'm down to 276. So that 1 hour is now turning, or the 4 hours turning bullish. 7 o'clock. Yep, 7 o'clock here. So yeah, we're probably gonna come higher. Next 5-minute opens up in 1 minute 54 seconds. So small loss so far. This needs to be a 4-hour. Okay, so we'll leave that. This is just insane. I'm just gonna freaking hide this. This shit's so annoying. What would it look like if we shot for that? Probably better to go off of that. Next 5-minute opens up in little over a minute. So there's the new 5-minute candle. Probably gonna accelerate higher here. $67.50. That's like way over here. Unless this 1 hour turns real bullish, I don't think we're gonna come up to here. I mean, maybe the halfway point of the previous 4-hour candle's wick, but I want to see what this 5-minute does, because we opened up over here. I want to see this just blast higher and at least take that out. But we still could pull in. We could pull in first before going. But looking at this 1 hour candle, it looks like I'm leaning more towards this just going higher. But this is what makes like trading in the middle so like tricky, because it could go either way. So realistically, I really shouldn't be trading right now. $34. 34 is right here. I swapped over because I feel like now it's more than likely gonna reject here. All right, this is my last trade of the day. If this doesn't work out, then yeah, I'm definitely gonna wait till London. Probably just not even trade at all. So we've got this here. This probably. Oop. Didn't want to do that. Okay, so that would put 2 over here. So give me that. 2000. Okay. That. High 43825. 43825. Putting that there just because I don't trust it. Next candle, gonna open up. Probably manipulate higher. Well, I'll give it a little bit more room. Just because the next candle might open up, come as high as over here, and then sink. If it does sink at all. So far, this looks good, though. It just needs to, like, with the quickness, needs to start dropping. And then we're looking at down here, but we have all this stuff in the middle. Watching this 5-minute inversion. All right. That is it for me for Asia session. I'll be back probably during London. Yeah, this is... Right now, I'm leaning more toward it going bearish, but I don't want to increase my... I don't want to increase my risk just to give it room to do whatever the fuck it wants to do, because it, like, right now, like, it's just... It's like slowly grinding up, and then we have this shift here pulling up, and then yeah, I'm expecting it to go down, but it still could come a little higher first, so yeah, that's the reason why, like, man, it's probably gonna do it here. You motherfucker, look at that shit. God dang it. Should have just kept my stop where I freaking had it up here. Oh, man. So we're back in the end, dog. Oh my god. I even said it. I was like, I'm leaning more towards it dropping, and fuck it, as soon as it stops me out, because I trail my stop too fucking much. God. Killing me. And then now I don't want to short here, because now that it pulled back a little bit, it could just run higher from here. But that's how much I'm down. 533. $25? Yeah, like 25, 26. You dirty bastard. Dirty, dirty bastard. Alright, so let's see. So my highest loss is 533. We'll just say 534 plus what my profit target for the day is. So I only got to make 1600. If I use only one contract, that's only 81 points, which really isn't a lot when you're talking about NQ. However, with the way it's been lately, it's been really tricky. The hell's the damn... Did I not put that? Oh, it's freaking right here. Oh, I was supposed to move that up first, but okay. So now let's see if we flush down to the bottom of the end dog. Because I think that's what's going to happen now. So if we take this... I don't even know where to draw the manipulation leg from on this damn thing. We take this to... I mean, if we do conservative there, 2 would be right here. Alright, go there. 2 is here. How many points did I say I needed? 5. I freaking forgot what the hell I... Yeah, so I'm expecting this end dog to hold price down. We're about to go into the 50-10 macro as well for the next hourly candle. So let's say I wanted to use this leg. 2 would be here. Look at my damn 308, 240. So 548 plus 1100 is 16. We'll just say 1650. First complete is 6. So 83. Oh. So 42 points is really all I need. But even if we're going off of that manipulation leg, that doesn't reach unless we go all the way down to 4. Let's see if we can catch the next 5-minute manipulation. see. I got stopped out at break even, so it really didn't do much different. 514. 1615 divided by 20. So if we just shoot for 41 or 80. 41 or 81. Good. Okay, so I think we caught the 5-minute manipulation here, but let's see if it actually follows through. I like the way this looks currently. So we have 5-minute candle went up. It's coming back down now. But I don't know. This thing hasn't been having any follow through on any end of the damn range, so. The actual Asia session is about to open up here in like 40 seconds, by the way. There we go. Now, let's not come back and stop me out. Just stay where you are and sink. Yeah, we don't want it to come back up. We want it to stay below the end dog. And the new retracement area is here, so... Come on, you know you want to go. There we go. So there's 2.5 right there. Let's see if we can take out these lows here. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna flash down. Unless we bounce out of this retracement area, but we'll see. Yep. Okay, that's nice. Yep. So flash. No, no. Don't come back up. You need to stay below. It's like it wants to. It wants to. We'll see. This is exactly like the trade I took yesterday. Except I was adding as it was dropping. I didn't get it way up here. There we go. So we're going past 2.5 now. Go to 30-second. Yeah. That's nice. Like the way that looks. Yep. So we're already rejecting the halfway point of it. Nah, I'm gonna just keep it. Coming back up to retest it. Good reaction. There's 3. No, no 3. Alright. So I got out just because it might bounce out of here. We almost touched 3, but it could also be because I drew this wrong, but... Back in the end, dog. Next 5-minute opens up in 4 seconds. Yep, look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo! And we're at the bottom of the range now, so... Yeah. This could just run right back up to the top of the range. All right. So we were down about 500 some, but we're up 213 now. Could have been up, what? Because I think I sold out like around 700 something. And we were up, I think, like 11. So yeah, we made back our money and a little bit more. Could have been an extra like what, two or three more, two to $400 more, but it's okay. Let's see if I can get one more scalp here. Yeah. So I'm shorting it because of the retest against the end dog, but oh, never mind. You fucker. All right. Yeah, so it's using this as a bouncing point. I thought I was gonna be able to get another continuation down. Ah, damn. Now I'm down $87. Probably should get rid of this. Okay. Oh, now you're gonna go down. Okay. No. Oh, now we're back at 500. All right, well, I'm pretty much back to where I was before we got that move down. So It is what it is. So I am going to stop before I FAFO. Because last thing we would want is to FAFO. And yeah, there we go. So yeah, it's finally starting to go higher. Damn, look at that. Oh, we just finished the macro too. 50. So 50, 10. Okay, well, that's it from me, at least for now. Where is my trade sinker? So yeah, there's my trade sinker as of now. Small loss on the day, really not that bad. Bad considering I was up 200, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's it for me. Tricky Asia session for sure. It's probably going to run higher now just because if you look at this 1 hour volume imbalance, if you look at this 1 hour volume imbalance, you can see that the candlesticks are respecting the halfway point of that perfectly. Completely missed that, but yeah, we're probably going to go higher now. But yeah, that is it for me. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And yeah, we'll see what happens during London. Good luck tomorrow. Remember, no news. No news today, so keep that in mind. But that's it for me. See you all later. Bye, everyone.